Okay, here we go. Dee Jay Silver in the house. You thought we were going to be in my basement.
I totally expected to be moving dirty boxers. And
This is probably a pleasant surprise then.
this is not what I expected.
I did not know you were the first DJ ever signed to a record
Yeah.
label in Nashville.
Yes, so says the person who wrote my bio. Yeah.
You've been doing this for over 15 years, probably?
Yeah, man, I've been touring the world for like 20.
For 20 years.
Just a DJ.
Where are you from?
Born in Dallas, college in Arkansas. Spent most of my adult life in Austin, Texas.
No kidding.
Still working on the growing up part. Nashville based now.
We all are. We're all trying to figure that out. I don't think
Life was so much easier when you had no responsibility.
It really is. It really is.
Do you remember the days that were like, hey, meet me in Cancun on Tuesday?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I look at some people without kids and without probably a significant other. Even if you have a significant other, like you can just like, all right, I'm gone. I'm gone this weekend.
Yeah. How many times do you text me and I'm like, let me check my calendar? I don't know.
Exactly. Were you always into music growing up?
Yeah, no, it was kind of, my parents always played music and just kind of, I was always the guy that had all kinds of music. So if there was a party to be played at, I was the guy in the CD changers switching on the music.
You probably were tapes first, weren't you?
Had cassettes, then CDs mostly. A ton of records. I started on records, but you couldn't carry them. But like fraternity houses, remember they had the two speakers on the side? I would be the guy with a backpack full of CD cases, and burnt CDs and stuff.
You were burning the CDs?
Oh yeah, I didn't have any money.
Oh yeah, I had
Don't.
I had a friend that was burning them, and I think you could probably put 20 songs or whatever on it, but he was charging like $5 a CD.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he had a racket.
That's my first hustle. Is I would do clubs, and they couldn't afford to pay me what I thought I was worth, which was not much. You know what I mean? So I would say just charge an extra $5 at the door, and I'd give them CDs, and they'd give me money. So I'd make a couple $3,000 a night just playing downtown bars in Austin. I learned that from Too Short. He used to burn CDs in his trunk.
Seriously?
That's all he rapped about. So I was like, I can do that. Some dude from Oakland, California can do that. I can do this in Austin, Texas, right?
When did you start doing DJ? Like when did you start DJing?
Man, I don't know. My first gig ever was at a Sigma Chi house in Springfield, Missouri. And that had to have been 2000, 99.
Really?
If you call that a DJ gig.
Oh, you call it whatever you want.
Yeah, right. I got paid, so now I'm a professional.
Throughout high school, like you were just hustling around, doing it a little bit?
I was an awkward kid, man. I graduated when I was 16, still losing teeth.
Wait, you graduated high school from 16?
It started early, and then, to be honest, I could speak English, so they skipped me up a grade in Texas.
Did you start kindergarten at 4 years old?
I did.
Oh, you did? Why?
I don't know. My parents wanted me out of the house. I get it now. I got kids. I was like, send these kids. But my first year of college, I went to JUCO and played baseball.
Yeah.
I literally was getting dropped off in college. I couldn't drive.
You could not drive to college?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, right? So that lasted about 3 weeks, and I turned.
Then you turned 16, you're like, I can go to...
They drove me, and I got to drive myself.
I can drive myself.
Just white knuckling all the way to the campus.
I got my license, I think when I was into my sophomore year in high school.
Yeah, no, so you're 18, 19 going into college.
Sure.
I'm 16 playing against men,
That
with that shave and everything.
Could you shave at that point?
No, I barely shave now. I haven't shaved in 2 weeks right now. I could not shave the rest of my life and couldn't have what you have in your face.
Oh gosh. Were the guys cool with you?
Not really.
No.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. Why is a 16-year-old here?
Why is he here? He hasn't hit puberty yet. His mom was outside the parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Are we in Babe Ruth?
You had to be pretty talented though if you were 16 years old playing.
I thought it was until we went D1.
Yeah.
Then you realize, everybody's like, I'm going to play football and baseball in college until you get hit by a man the first time. Then you're like, I'm just going to focus on baseball.
different animal.
Man.
So what college was this?
So I went to North Arkansas Junior College and Williams Baptist College. So that tells you I wasn't good enough to play at Arkansas.
It does say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's just, man, I could have done this. I could have been pro. I'm like, no.
So did you have odd jobs, side jobs before?
No,
DJ.
Taco Bell. I worked at Taco Bell through junior college.
Really? I love Taco Bell in college.
Me too, obviously.
I know. We used to come back from the bars, and this is whenever there was no Ubers and the cab. We'd buy the cabbie. You'd be like, hey, we'll get you whatever you want. Just turn off the meter.
Just tip and food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll tip you and get you some food. Just turn off the meter while we're sitting in line. Because at Taco Bell in West End, like sometimes it'd be wrapped around out to West End.
Well, ours is like Whataburger and stuff. And that's, I mean, there's a line right now to Whataburger somewhere.
That's only in what, Texas and Florida?
Well, the way I understand, there's like 3 locations in Tennessee, greater Nashville, Tennessee area.
Really?
Yeah.
Where?
North. I haven't went to any yet. Shocking, but yeah.
I like, what's Whataburger, like what's it supposed to be like?
So in Texas, you know,
Is it the In-N-Out of Texas?
it's the God's version of In-N-Out. It's Jesus' version.
Oh, so it's
way
so
better.
it's In-N-Out
I just started.
meets.
I'm gonna get some hate messages over that.
Is it In-N-Out meets Chick-fil-A?
So it's
that what you mean?
It's In-N-Out minus the California hippie vibe, and
Yeah.
you just go pure Texas. It's bigger, it's better.
Okay.
Has more flavor.
So it's okay. So it's like a Hardee's meets Texas.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You don't see a lot of skinny people at Whataburger.
I don't think you like. Well, I'm not gonna say it. We're going down a bad path. So when did you like? So in college did you start DJing too?
Yeah.
Like is that when
I
it got
started.
serious?
Yeah, I started full time. So I went to school to be a teacher.
That was gonna be my next question. What were you gonna do if DJing didn't work out?
I don't know. I never thought about that. But I went to school to be a teacher. Everybody wants to be a coach, teacher, whatever.
Sure.
And they told me what I was going to make as a teacher, and I, no crap, stood up and walked out. I was like, I'm making this playing fraternity houses right now.
Yeah.
And no, that was it. I just left.
Just left and you're like,
Never took my proficiency test. Never did anything.
Right. All in on DJing.
Yeah. Well, I got one job right after for about 6 months and left. Took vacation.
What was the job?
It's now American Freightways. It was called FedEx at the time. I was a regional transportation manager. I had a title and everything. But
Really?
It's the last collared shirt I ever wore.
I mean, you might be huge and you might be really high up in that company.
I probably own that damn thing by now. If somebody can do it that long, right?
No kidding. Wouldn't it be great if choosing how you feel was as easy as picking a song on your phone? Tap the button to feel energized without any caffeine. Tap the button to feel relaxed when you're stressed. When I heard that a wearable device called Happy lets you change how you feel, I didn't believe it, so I had to try it. Happy works by delivering signals to give you the same sensations as caffeine, alcohol, and melatonin, without any of those chemicals or side effects. Signals are a song only your body can hear. They're made by Happy to replicate the unique magnetic signatures of popular everyday ingredients. Just by switching the signal on your phone, you can change how you feel. I love using signals to boost my energy like drinking a cup of coffee, or increase my focus when I need to crank out some work. They even have signals for getting deeper, more restful sleep. It's wild and it really works. I've been using it to exercise and it really helps a ton. Happy is backed by decades of research. Plus it has a 365-day guarantee. You can try it for a whole year. Give Happy a try and you're gonna love it as much as I do. Order today and you'll save 25% and get 90 days free access to all their signals. Take advantage of the 365-day guarantee today. Go to happy.com/Cutler. That's HAPPEE.com/Cutler to save 25% on your order. Happy.com/Cutler. So you're DJing at frat houses. Like, what was the next step then?
So you transition into nightclubs, then
Yeah.
like
Was it records then?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first gig ever in a nightclub, the guy had to go somewhere. The resident DJ guy had to go somewhere. And now that I look back on it, he totally set me up to fail. But at the time, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I had like a 16-channel mixing board, like you mix a rock band, and I had a turntable over here and a turntable over here. That was terrible, but I had the best time.
Who taught you how to do this? Because I read that you said you had you have to get a mentor somehow.
So
who was the first guy?
First guy I ever saw DJ was a guy named DJ P.
Uh-huh.
And you could probably look him up. He inventor of the mashup. He was probably to this day the best DJ I've probably ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
He's an asshole. I don't know. I'm sure he is. We're not friends.
Really? Yeah. Does he have any friends? Probably not.
No shot he has friends. I've never even spoke about him before, so I hope he's doing great.
Hope you're doing great, bud.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
So you would have to just pack up all that equipment and just
Yeah, man, those are the days
take
we
it
would
everywhere.
have 12, 13 crates of records and the turntables and mixers and carry a speaker so you could hear yourself, and you're on this dolly. And I remember the tires would go flat when I'd push it. I had biceps then.
that was hard work then.
It's terrible. It's terrible. There's a reason nobody wanted to do it then.
Really?
Because there's this place called the Rum Boogie we used to play at, and it's 2 floors, but the DJ booth's on the 3rd floor. So I'm slugging these crates up, and I was like, dude, can you just book me like 3 nights so I can just leave this shit here? Because it's just not happening.
So I mean, you'd have to drive everywhere at that point, right?
Everywhere, and flying was a nightmare. So if you flew, you had to pick out like 4 crates and hope you didn't lose your records. Or, I'd do Chicago, New York, Boston, DC, and Miami. So those are 4 different sets you'd have to bring. Like Chicago and Miami house music, you'd play a rock set in Boston or something. So you're bringing so many records, and your overweight fees are way more money than you're making.
It sounds like a miserable gig.
It was miserable. Then they invented CDJs in 2000.
They invented what?
Pioneer invented a thing called the CDJ.
What's that?
It's like a CD turntable. So I went from 16 crates of records and a back problem to a backpack.
And just the little things of CDs.
Yeah.
How would you mix? How would you do the whole thing?
It was the exact same concept.
Exact same concept, just on CDs.
Yeah. And now it's people walking with a flash drive. But I use a laptop. But.
So you do make it all beforehand now?
No, I still do it live.
Still do it live?
It just never, I prejudge a crowd one time. I played at Hakkasan. And I was like, man, they're going to want to hear this. And they didn't want to hear anything that I set up. And I was like, damn it. that was a valuable lesson. So.
And then you just did it on the fly then?
Yeah, no, I'll have crates like set up in my computer. It says Miami, Boston, Las Vegas, LA, San Diego.
Yeah.
Mexico, whatever. Just because like when you go play a football team, you think 4 or 5 plays that that probably work, but you can fill in the skeleton.
Sure.
The same thing.
So a little bit of prep work.
Yeah, a lot of drinking.
And
let the Lord lead you.
And just see what happens when you get out there.
I hope you get a call
Where's
back.
been your favorite place to play?
I love Vegas. Obviously, I'm there a lot. Vegas and Miami, and shocking like Boston, Mass. Those people don't care, man. It's like I cannot wait to play in Boston next time.
You can just play at anything?
They just don't care. They just like show up early, stay late, and
just rock it out.
Yeah. And you don't have to so much play the new stuff that all the cool kids are playing. You can just be you, and they love it.
So you grew up in Texas, and so on the country remix thing that's happening now. Like, did you always kind of incorporate country?
I remember the only advice a guy named DJ Z-Trip gave me. He goes, "I'm a rock guy. He's an '80s guy. What are you?" I was like, "Bro, I'm
everything
country as it gets, man." He goes, "Good luck with that." But I was always known as the guy that would play Alabama in the middle of a nightclub. It got to a part where we'd go to Vegas. We're like, "Dude, I know you're gonna play country. Just going with it, you know." And now they're booking. I just got booked to do the NASCAR race in St. Louis. Just do nothing but country before the drivers come out.
Really? And
it's so cool that when I met Aldean in 2010, and brought us out, and no one had ever done that. And now you see like every festival and every tour, every show has a DJ playing in front of it.
It's good for you.
Definitely had to take a couple lumps to get on there, but it was definitely
So when did you get out of college?
I finished college in 2000.
In 2000. So then you signed in 2013 with RCA Nashville.
Yeah.
So for 13 years.
I was living the best life.
Really?
Never leaving the state of Texas. It was just great. I was just 7 days a week in Texas.
Just playing shows.
From Abilene to Brownsville. It was then probably, around 2002, 2003, I thought, man, let's see what's outside of Texas. And there was times where I had a residency at 13 of the top 100 clubs in the world, where I was just Atlanta on a Tuesday, Chicago on a Thursday, Boston on a Sunday, Vegas on a Wednesday, and
How many airline miles do you have?
A lot. I can fly to the moon right now. Me and Elon kicking the Southwest out. So yeah, it's just then ended up making the move to Nashville.
Why'd you move to Nashville?
Jason. Yeah,
How'd you meet him?
So I was playing at Taboo Ultra Lounge in Las Vegas. And our agent for years, Kevin Neal, I met him, and he's like, I got a guy named Jason Aldean I want you to meet. I was actually touring with Nelly at the time. And I was doing the after parties for him for the tours. And
that had to be fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Probably saw a few things.
So yeah, right? It shaped me. And I did a mix of She's Country and Country Grammar by Nelly. And I didn't know that song had so much traction. Like Brooks and Dunn, I guess, used it as walking music for a while. And it's just something I made on Acid Pro on a computer on a flight.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's kind of how we met. I played it, and he saw the crowd get down to it. And Kevin was like, "Don't call me, I'll call you." And 2 weeks later, I have my 2010 tour schedule, and we're still going.
So you started opening for Jason.
Yeah.
And moved to Nashville.
Kind of half-assed moved to Nashville.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want to leave Texas. I was just not sure if it was going to work. I still have a Vegas phone number, so I was in an airport called and this is what he's doing. I said, I'm going to Vegas, I'm getting a house. And he's like, come to Nashville. And I'm like, man, if this doesn't work out, Nashville's not going to work out.
Sure.
And he's like, we'll figure it out. So legit called my manager at the time. We canceled Vegas, moved to Nashville, found a house on Craigslist, and Larry Gatlin was my landlord for 3 years.
Really?
How about that for a Nashville story?
And then you got your recording contract.
Yeah, with Sony. Yeah. That talk about a shot at the dark, right? Nobody, I spent, if you go to an interview or whatever.
Do most DJs have record contracts now?
No, hardly anybody.
I would think not.
And I walked up and the first 30 minutes of every interview, every meeting was.
Were you looking for one? I mean,
yes and no. I was because they said I couldn't do it.
Got you.
Looking back now, it's probably my life been easier if I didn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just wouldn't have to deal with all the BS.
Oh, and you just now knowing that you just need to own your
stuff,
self,
your
own
IP,
your face,
your IP,
own
everything,
your image,
Yeah.
And luckily I left with it all, but I lawyered up before I got in.
Yeah.
And now I'm with BBR. They're just the best over there. John Loeb and those guys are just they get it.
That's awesome. And then in 2014, you did a nationally syndicated weekly radio show. How'd that come about?
Still going. I don't know. Somebody asked me if I wanted to do like a little mix show. I started on the Big 98 in Nashville, and now it's 10 years later, 9 years later.
70 markets.
Yeah, and it's a 5-hour show now, Friday, Saturday nights. So
5-hour show.
It's a lot. I write it and host it, and I send it off to my dude in LA, and he mixes it, and the lady in Seattle gives me the songs, and I put it together, and the guy here in Nashville uploads it. So
That's a lot.
it's a lot. Getting home to record that radio show is a lot.
Yeah.
I ended up putting the studio in my house just so I didn't have to.
Didn't go in town.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time and effort. I mean, 5 hours of
5 hours. The recording is not so much the effort; it's writing it. Like I write the show.
Got it.
And just like I got home last night. I haven't really slept. And, today I've still got to write the show and everything's about today. Which sit down, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours out of your life.
Just sitting down and writing.
Yeah, and you want to be funny and you want to be whatever, but sometimes it's just not there.
Yeah.
You have to get right with the Lord sometimes.
And then, you've worked with damn near everybody in town.
It's crazy, right?
What's your favorite? I mean, besides you said Boston, what was your favorite place not in the States to play?
I'm anytime you want to go to Mexico, I'm your man. You know what I mean? Cancun, Jamaica, any place like that, Ibiza, anywhere I'm in. Just anywhere tropical. Before we had kids, my wife and I was like, she's like, when I have kids, and I was like, do you realize I can work another 2 years and we can live like kings in Ibiza or Tulum or wherever you want to go, or we have kids, I got to work till I die. And so 2 kids later, I'm still working, and we live in Nashville.
Is it hard to be a dad and be a DJ?
Yeah, man. It's just it really hit this year because I do spring break every year for 17 years because that's what old people do, right? So it's a part of it's almost budgeted into your budget now.
Sure.
Like this month, I know what I'm doing, and this is the first year Wake had spring break at the same time I had spring break.
Really?
And I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Because my kid is just where you at. We're not doing anything.
Yep.
And if they're not going to come to South Padre Island, Texas.
Doubtful.
No shot. So we should have looked back. I should have maybe called an audible and did a couple days somewhere. So, I didn't. It's my first. I didn't even know the kid had spring break.
Yeah.
So next year it'll definitely be a 30A kind of place, just sitting on the beach in Rosemary or somewhere.
Do you look at like some of the DJs that didn't have to do like the all the records and carry all the shit around and just came up in the computer era? Like, do you look at them and be like, hey, like you guys have no idea?
Yeah, complaining. I'm like, shut up. It's like taking political advice from America in the U.S. from a Canadian. Stop. You know what I mean? This is like, you hear, well, this sucks. I got to bring a laptop. I'm like, dude.
You have no
idea.
Clue.
I got a crew of 6 rolling through so I can get all this stuff going, making $500. And these guys are walking in with a flash drive, playing their 6 songs and jumping around like idiots. So
you used to have like a crew of people that helped you, and
Had
now
to. Yeah.
had to. Like it was like you had like a band basically.
Basically, yeah. They made more money than I did. When we did the Jackass World Tour, I had a crew of like 8 people.
Wait, you did the Jackass World Tour?
For 4 years. It was amazing.
What?
Oh, yeah. Me and Preston Lacey, Danger Aaron, Rab himself, and Don Vito traveled the world promoting the Jackass World movie.
What?
I can't believe we've never talked about this.
No.
I thought this is why you like me.
No. Where did you guys go? And like, what were the Jackass guys with you guys?
Yeah, so we would just go and I would do the parties.
How are you still alive?
Bro, it was sketchy. Touch and go for a minute. Touch again. That's when I realized you always have to have 2 hotel rooms, one under your government name and one under a guy named Just In Case. And as soon as I would go check in the hotel, I would go back down and just check in the other room.
Really?
Because 100%, the last tour with Jackass, one of us had a taser. We all knew it, but nobody knew who had it. And so I'm out, man.
I mean, you lasted a long time.
I did. It was fun. I was young and stupid. I had no.
How old were you then?
21, 20.
Oh,
I'd have to go look.
So
I mean, I put it. We still have I saw the videos from the 8mm, the little camera.
Oh, little camcorder things.
Yeah, we all had them, and I still have the box of tapes in my garage.
How'd you get hooked up with them?
Spring break, I met Don Vito, and we were staying at a place called the Bahia Mar in South Padre, and we just became friends. And he had this idea, this movie going around. He said he wanted to make more money, do a tour, and I said, dude, I can do this. And I'll set it up. So we traveled for probably, man, a year and a half until I realized that Vito was on probation and wasn't supposed to leave the state of Pennsylvania the whole time. And he's like, yo, you gotta delete your MySpace. Gotta delete. Everything was on.
That was MySpace days.
Yeah, so it was like Cleveland tonight, Jackson, Tennessee tomorrow, Nashville, Memphis. And he was not supposed to leave
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and they were using my MySpace as like evidence against him that he was in Florida.
Uncut with Jay Cutler is brought to you by Progressive. Progressive helps you get a great rate on car insurance, even if it's not with them. They have this nifty comparison tool that puts rates side by side, so you choose a rate and coverages that work for you. Say you're interested in lowering your rate on your car insurance, visit Progressive.com to get a quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's rate, and then their tool will provide options from other companies, all lined up and easy to compare. So that all you have to do is choose the rate and coverages you like. Progressive gives you options so you can make the best choice for you. You could be looking forward to saving money in the near future. More money for, say, a pair of noise-canceling headphones, an Instapot, more puzzles, whatever brings you joy. Get a quote today at Progressive.com. It's one small step you can do today that can make a big impact on your budget tomorrow. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
What other dumbass tours have you been on?
Oh, man. That's the craziest for sure. I've done a lot of stupid tours myself where we would just go out on mini tours, just knock it out from like April or February till April, just so I could get out of the cold. I've been with Jason for a while. I toured with Rascal Flatts, Brad Paisley. Just mostly that.
It's amazing. Grind. It's just a grind.
It is absolute grind. To this day, I still explain to people I don't work on the radio station.
Yeah. No.
I was like, what are you doing in the morning show? I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I feel like it's
exhausting.
Probably easier to find a DJ now than it was whenever you started.
Well, when I moved to Nashville 9 years ago,
Yeah.
there was one DJ in town.
Yeah, you weren't, whenever you moved, you turned on the radio, it wasn't like you heard Dee Jay Silver's mix on here.
That's right. It just.
How did people find it?
So before I signed my record deal with Sony, we went to Warner and we had a meeting and talked, and hours in this meeting. He said, give me 10 minutes. We're probably 3 hours deep. And the guy pulls out an old school, remember those iPods?
Yeah.
The big ones, not the nanos. I'm
Yeah,
talking
the big, thick ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, can you do this? And he put it out and played it. And I was like, I made that. It was Jaquan Tipsy with David Lee Murphy Dust on a Bottle. I said, I made that.
That was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was before you could steal and bootleg. And
that was before you could steal and bootleg?
Yeah.
And then, what were some of those, LimeWire, Napster?
That was a risky little line you walked, but you had to step on it to get the music.
You had to.
No, because when you're playing with records, that was another thing with records. You couldn't get the new music. They had a store in Springfield called Stick in Your Ear. All the DJs would line up, hoping the records would come in.
Really?
Yeah. Because they would only bring 4 copies, and you'd buy them all so another DJ can have them.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask. I was like, how did you find music back then?
It became
because it was hard to find DJ music whenever the CDs came out.
Yeah, so you got to the part where if you're in San Francisco, you knew you went to the Bomb Shelter, you went to Amoeba Music, or you in LA, you knew you had a little circuit of places you stopped when you went.
Yeah.
And hopefully find the hidden gems. That's why to this day I believe that's why the quote unquote mashups came back, because everybody had the AC/DC records, but nobody had the new Beastie Boys record or whatever.
Yeah. It's tough. This tough sledding there for a while.
But it was so much fun to sit there just dig through the crates and crates, hopefully find one song.
Jeez.
And I used to mark them with garage sale stickers. Like you put stickers on it so the needle would just drop straight into the groove.
Really?
And I would have like the key and the BPM written on the garage sale sticker, so I knew what track to go with.
Did you have a record player growing up? Did your parents?
No, I don't think so. My dad had a guitar and a violin that was way out of key now that I realized. But
Did you ever want to do music yourself?
no, not really.
No.
I just kind of. My daddy told me, he said, "You're pretty good at a lot of things, but you're not really good at anything. So find something somebody will pay you for." And but he'd always sit out and play the guitar, and it was kind of our thing. And I never had the desire to play the guitar or anything, but
Yeah. Just.
see where it happens.
You got any other passions besides music now, DJ?
Yeah, man. Yeah, several businesses that are started. Just kind of, I'm a firm believer, man. I read this, or maybe somebody told me this, or what? Maybe I'm making it up. I don't know. They said the average millionaire has 7 forms of income. So I want like 30.
7 forms of income.
Yeah, the average millionaire.
Really?
Yeah. So
I need more forms of income.
I think you're good. I think you're good.
I think I need.
But so we started. I'm partners in a tequila company.
What tequila?
Cantera Negra.
Let's talk about
I
it.
need to send you some treasures over here, man.
Yeah.
I saw you didn't have any over there. I just started. They offered me money for endorsement, and I traded my money in for stock. And
Smart.
it's like a Rob Dyrdek method. If you don't need the money right now, get it later.
Yeah.
And it's just a great product. And this is my 5th year with them, and now it's like, I'm not saying I'm sitting there calling shots, but I definitely have a vested interest in the
Sure.
company.
Where do people find it?
Any store in America.
Cantera Negra.
Yeah.
Blanco.
Yeah, Silver, Blanco, Reposado, Extra
So it's
Negro,
called
Cafe.
Silver,
We got it
yeah.
all.
What else you got?
Started a company called Blackout with a friend of mine out of Las Vegas, Kaliko Moquin. It's a booking agency for DJs. We have offices in New York, Nashville, and Las Vegas. We just launched Blackout Live, doing festivals across the country.
That's smart. Make people work for you.
That's right. So we have a full team that does that, and and also for being an artist, being whatever, it's like when you book me or whatever, you take 15% off. The agency's 15%. By the time I get it, I'm down. Everybody's like, "You make a pile of money." I was like, "Well, take 25% of that. That's what's going home with me."
Exactly.
Before the government touches it.
Yeah.
So I started this it's a completely rogue idea, but I'm going to book you. You keep the money. I'm going to make them pay me to book me. And so if I book Jay Cutler $200,000 to play an acoustic gig in Vegas, you make $200,000, and those guys will pay me my commission.
Whatever your commission is.
And it doesn't touch the artist.
I mean, artists gotta love that.
Yeah, you think? Try to explain it to some of their managers as
Oh, the managers aren't gonna like that.
they're not gonna like that. But it's just the end of the day, it's time we get money and we make.
For sure. I mean, I think for so long Nashville's not gonna like, the people in Nashville aren't gonna like this, but the way it was set up, like the artists were just like their puppets, and like everyone else was just stacking on top
Still
of
is,
them.
and getting these agents to call you back, throwing god awful money at these people, and to ghost you for 7 days.
Yeah.
When I know, like, I'll leave names out, but it's like, I know this dude's making $200,000.
Yeah.
I threw him a $250,000 offer in a private jet.
Yeah.
And you can't even respond to an email.
Yeah, I mean, if you could go straight to the artist would be like, hell yeah.
So I start BCC and the artist on.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Smart.
And Blackout Live took off just because we started doing festivals in San Diego and Temecula and Santa Rosa and Las Vegas, and it was just the natural next move.
And there's so many artists now that are kind of just popping up, like they're doing their own thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way that Spotify and
I think
Apple
people
Music,
are realizing you don't need the big machine, quote unquote, to.
Not anymore.
I mean, you look at it. And it was a lesson I learned. We played the first time I played. It was LP Field then. Now it's Nissan Stadium. We played for CMA Fest. I was walking with my manager, and I literally said, "Dude, who are these people?"
Yeah.
He said, "You're paying every one of them. You should go meet them." And I turned around. It's a football team behind me. I was like, "God damn, no wonder I'm broke." And to that day, I realized right there, if they're with people, they're on the payroll.
Oh yeah.
I said, if I don't know them, they're fired. I'll take care of it. So I literally brought it all in house. I brought a publicist in house. It's on my payroll. It works for me. Doesn't work for 50 people. I got a graphic designer, a web designer. Literally all encompassed under my. And just they work for me.
You're not gonna have to work very much. You're not gonna DJ very much longer if you keep it up.
Well, I'm getting older. I know I don't look old. I know I'm beautiful, but it's like I'm feeling it, man. But no.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you look a good 31, 32 years old.
Botox and teeth, bro. Do a lot of things.
Gotta fix some things.
And so that, and I just launched a jewelry line with a lady named Twyla out of California. We just launched it ACM's in Vegas.
What's it called?
Twyla True Fine Jewelry, but it's the silver collection.
Okay.
So we did that, and just, in this world, you feel like you always got to kind of reinvent yourself. Yeah. They're definitely getting younger,
Everyone's getting younger.
And so it's just, I was on spring break going, good Lord, I think that girl, I used to babysit that girl. Stop, you know what I mean? Just keep these. I mean, you're looking now, just like, God, dogs, your parents know you're here? And
they grow up so much faster now.
I mean, Jason's daughter is old enough to be her second year of spring break.
Yeah.
I used to carry her through venues,
Camden, my 9-year-old, I promise you, I've said it a few times in this show, I promise you, he knows more about the world and life than I knew at 16, 17 years old.
When's the first phone you had? How old were you?
Gosh, my first cell phone?
14, 15?
No, hell no. I mean, I might have been in college. I might have been almost 18.
Yeah.
It was that Nokia block one with the snake on it.
The rich people one.
You could
Go for Jay.
You could change the cover on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, my kid's 3 has one.
There you go.
And he's already going through YouTube Kids. He's like, no, Dad, I want to see Dude Perfect. He's typing in. He can't spell wait, but he can type in Dude Perfect.
Yeah, the kids were just on spring break, and they're they're FaceTiming kids in their class that are also on spring break. I'm like, you guys have no idea.
You remember the struggle?
The T9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you missed a TV show growing up, you missed the TV show.
You missed it. It was over.
You weren't DVR'd or going back.
Nope. It was just like you.
My kid's like, go on demand, Dad. I'm like, shut up.
Well, now you can watch a TV show, and like halfway through it, you can go just rewind to the beginning of it.
Or just pause it or start over or switch channels and start from the beginning.
I remember I was in college, and I don't know how I pulled it off, but somehow I did. But I turned my phone in, and I got the T-Mobile Sidekick.
Oh, that was it. I remember it.
The one that flipped up.
Felt like I did something.
Oh gosh, it was like a keyboard. Changed my life.
I always say that I think more accidents started because of the Apple iPhone, because you can't feel the keys to press anymore. So I look down and I'm typing, see, in a little while it says Tuesday afternoon, 4:30, Comic-Con. I was like, that's not what I said.
No.
That's not what I said.
Do you do the voice memo things, voice messages?
Yeah.
I haven't got into that yet.
Yeah, just because sometimes I can't spell.
Yeah.
I type faster. But the problem is like in my car, and your car doesn't understand my accent. It's like, call Jay Cutler. Call Steve Miller, Las Vegas. That is not what I said, Siri.
Nope. Sorry, Siri. So we got tequila. We've got Blackout. We've got the jewelry line.
I started a new thing. We launched it Friday. I was talking about how sometimes you have to go in and like reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
And it's always work harder, smarter, not harder. It's supposed to, right? So I started a group called Roadhouse, and it's me and a kid named Blake from The Bachelor, and it's a DJ duo. We launched it this weekend.
Really?
A lot of meats and potatoes, because he's one of those guys, walks in, every girl knows him.
Sure.
And I was like, I got this part, you do that part. And so
Smart.
So literally the press releases go out today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty big, I think.
Where's your next DJ gig?
Atlantic City this weekend. Then I actually have a show in Nashville next week. You should come out.
Where at?
A place called The Underground.
Okay.
And it's a rooftop bar downtown.
Oh, nice.
Underground, top, get it? Yeah. I'm still working on the verbiage, how to advertise that one.
Yeah, good luck. When I thought, I was like, okay, you're going to be literally underground in a little dungeon.
It's a rooftop. It's a rooftop.
Where's it at?
Downtown somewhere on Broadway.
No idea.
200, yeah.
There's so many new places downtown, it's insane.
And if you're like me, you got your 4 or 5 downtown you go to, and you don't go past like 12:30 Club or something.
Exactly.
You're staying in Midtown, or you go see Seaport at Winners and Losers.
Yeah, you kind of go in this little,
Yeah, you're not
fifth back this way.
You're not going to see me at Kid Rock's big ass honky tonk with him drinking. Just because I know what's going to happen.
Those places downtown. I mean,
God bless them, man. When I moved here, everything was on 2nd Avenue.
Yep.
Had like one bar, and it was like
Buffalo Billiards.
Yeah. When it went dark, you went home.
Exactly.
Now it's it's a place, man.
It is. It's changed a lot. It has changed a lot. All right. So where can everyone find? You can stream you, buy your music.
Yeah. Everything's on DJSilver.com.
DJ Silver, DEEJAY, Silver.com.
3 words. Yeah.
Tequila again.
Cantera Negra.
Cantera Negra.
I think it means Black Rock, but don't quote me if my Spanish is off. So don't check that.
Negra is black.
I think Cantera might.
But maybe it's rock. Let's just go with it.
Let's just go for it.
Okay. And then Blackout, Blackout Live. If you're a artist out there and you need anything, hit them up. Instagram.
It's DJ Silver 1, DEJY Silver 1 handles everything.
Who's got DJ Silver?
Same guy tries to sell me that every year for about $60,000.
He hasn't come down yet.
No. I'm already set in my ways, man. You just keep it.
Yeah, it's yours.
Just keep it.
He's not verified or anything, right?
No. If it doesn't have a blue check mark and they're asking for money, just relax.
I mean, why
people
wouldn't
that still fall for that?
Yeah, no, but like if I'm that guy, like why wouldn't you just be like, hey, $1,000?
Or good luck, bro. Here you go.
Yeah, congrats.
Hey, do you, man?
Yeah, I mean,
people don't think like that.
He's definitely not a DJ.
Nah, it sounds like to me he's probably broke, struggling, does it for a living, and just
has 25 of them.
He sees somebody and he's like, Jay Cutler, got it. Contact Jay.
Well, there's a guy that has Jay Cutler.
Yeah, he's a bodybuilder, right? I get it every. I didn't know this dude existed, right? So I tag you in a post in Mexico, and everybody's like, "You know the bodybuilder?" I'm like, I'm pretty sure Jay's been called a lot of names. That might not be one of them.
That's definitely not one of them.
We can't even get in a bar in Mexico.
That is not one.
So yeah, that's how I know about that guy.
I've actually tried to get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened to that. I didn't
you're welcome
that.
for those tens of followers I sent you.
Thank you. I remember I was young. I was like 12, 14 years old, and I was watching ESPN, and like there was a bodybuilding thing, and he came across. I was like, oh shit, that guy, same name. This is kind of cool. And he's actually, I think he's one of the top bodybuilders.
So people in that world know that dude. Like,
oh yeah,
the pyro guy from this weekend's like, can't believe you know Jay Cutler. I'm like, yeah, man. And he's like, no, the bodybuilder. I was like, oh no, I don't.
Yeah, if you're in the bodybuilding world, like Jay Cutler is one of the top.
He's not my Jay Cutler though. He's not the Jay Cutler walking through the Super Bowl.
I don't even know if he can fit through that door.
Yeah, no kidding. But he's not my buddy Jay that walking through the Super Bowl and they're arguing about the best quarterbacks to ever be in Chicago. And I FaceTime and you denied me, but it was great. I was gonna let you flex for a minute, bro.
Good. I'm glad you didn't, because I'm glad I didn't answer, because that's not the conversation I want to get in.
That's funny.
All right, man. What do you got the rest of the day?
Hang with kiddos, man. Jenna's about to go to Mexico for a few days. I got the kids.
Where's she going?
Back to Moon Palace, where we did Crash My Playa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Good luck with that.
I know. I'm going.
I'm so happy not to go.
I know. I'm not traveling anywhere for a while, which is good.
Vegas trips, anything?
No Vegas trips. I think we're going to New York in a couple of weeks, and then I think we're going to go to the Bahamas for my birthday and Jackson's birthday, which is kind of coincide.
When is that?
April 29th, and then Jaxie's May 7th, so I think we're going to do a little trip down there.
Good for you, man.
But other than that, just doing this damn podcast.
Laying low, yeah. Wake started baseball. First game Saturday.
Oh, really?
I just hope he goes that way.
Uh-huh. I remember those days. Camden's doing lacrosse right now. First game, I think, Sunday.
Oh, my.
Which I don't know anything about lacrosse.
Yeah, because that is a rich people shit. We did not have that growing up.
Exactly.
We didn't have swimming, lacrosse, wrestling.
No, we didn't definitely not have.
And the only track meet you have is running for your life.
And I get the game. You're catching it, you're throwing it, you're trying to get in the goal. I understand it, but like these terms, I'm listening to these terms, and I'm like, you guys.
Soccer's another one I don't get. I understand it's a massive game. Get it.
It's the most popular game in the world.
Yeah, world, right?
I mean, I think massive is
an understatement. But only one guy out there, the referee knows what time, when the game's over.
Yeah, one dude.
One dude. You can play for 90 minutes and end in a tie and high-five each other. I didn't grow up in that world.
I didn't either.
We're going to play until somebody wins.
And then, then that one guy, he manipulates the entire game. The ref does.
Yeah.
I mean, the umpire, I don't know what they call him.
And you don't know, I don't even know how many people's on the field.
11.
Yeah, well, there we go.
10 counting the goalie.
Yeah, then they fall down, act like they're dying.
That part is absurd at this point.
They LeBron James every time they get bumped into.
Gosh. Let's end on that.
He's not going to follow me on Instagram, let's be real.
He doesn't watch this podcast either. 0% chance. So it's
he's too busy trying to ruin the world.
Perfectly okay to say. I mean, he's 38 though. I just saw I think was he 38? Something like that. Yeah. And he just scored 38 points.
Yeah, I mean he's
an absolute freak show.
He's an asshole, but absolutely.
Well, and there's that.
You got it.
All right. Check out DJ Silver. Check out his tequila.
Yeah.
He's on tour. He's everywhere. He plays with everybody. And then the Blackout Live stuff. Appreciate it, man.
You, my dude.
And check out his radio show.
Yeah.
Weekly radio show. It's 5 hours long.
5 hours of the best. Well, I don't want to lie to anybody. I don't know.
Some decent music.
Just mixing it out of it, bro.
It's okay. It's all right.
If you got some downtime driving, this might be.
If you're on a road trip and you want to mix it up.
You got anything else to do, I'd probably do it.
Well, cool. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, man. Happy to see you.
Yeah.